Her Majesty presents a safety presentation with our good friends Michael Donnell and Manuel in association with those fine folks at ScrewAttack.com. Go get 'em, fellas.
Two weeks ago, we made a very bold decision. To take our pet parrot Jasper out on his first birthday.
That's right. Our buddy Jasper, who conveniently has never been seen in an episode before, was 1 year old, and we had to celebrate by taking him to Big Whoop's amusement park.
That's right. We had a wonderful day of merriment, but sadly, before our day of joy could end, G gave us a phone call.
That's right. He told us that piracy was absolutely rampant, and before he could finish his sentence, we set out on our waterproof dodgem to take to the high seas. Before you know it, we met our first fiend.
Stickybeard, the notorious pick-and-mix pirate.
He decided that he was going to plunder our booty, and by that I mean he took our dodgem and our travel suites.
He thought it kind of looked like a giant gobstopper.
So we were left absolutely stranded.
Performing much-needed mouth-to-mouth and CPR, Jasper was able to revive us from our near-death-like state.
But after 45 minutes, we were absolutely starving. Unfortunately, with hunger levels at an all-time high, one of us had to make the ultimate sacrifice.
I'm sorry, Jasper. On your birthday. I love you, Michael. So we settled down for a delicious parrot feast.
It's what Jasper would have wanted on his birthday.
But unbeknownst to us, this island was actually full of delicious coconuts. In fact, everywhere we turned, we saw coconut after delicious coconut.
That's right. Little did we know, we had washed up on the much-fabled Coconut Island, home of the biggest, juiciest, and need I say, happiest coconuts. Oh, how we laughed when we realised we had needlessly sacrificed Jasper. We had a right old chuckle.
Some of us did.
Shut up, Michael.
Anyway, after 2 weeks of eating delicious and, might I say, very ripe coconuts...
Oh, you might.
We discovered we could make a raft out of them.
That's true. So we coconutted our way home. And, as is the way with all these sort of things, everything just happened to work out peachy.
Yay!
I love you, Michael.
So we returned home, only to find that we'd made a terrible mistake, and that the piracy that G was talking about was in fact internet piracy.
And the plunder was our show.
Our show had been torrented more times than had actually been viewed on ScrewAttack.
Curious to find out what was going on, we downloaded one of the episodes ourselves, only to find out it was a low-quality version of one of the review copies we sent to ScrewAttack.
Not quite understanding how this video had been leaked, we decided it was best to talk to Craig at ScrewAttack headquarters. Sadly, we only had Le Destin's phone number. You know, we should get in contact with ScrewAttack.
Oh, talk to Craig.
Yes, sadly, I've only got Destin's number. Well, it should be okay.
I speak a little bit of French.
Okay.
I'll be polite, I'll ask him how he's doing.
Hello, Destin.
Ah, bonjour, Destin. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi?
No, that's not what you think it means. Bonjour, Destin. Je m'appelle, Michael.
Speak slower, he's foreign.
Je m'appelle Michael. May we speaky to the Craig?
We'll give you a baguette and a croissant if you cooperate.
Oh, yeah, I'll get them for you. But for calling me French! I hate those guys.
Destin? Destin?
It's a very bad line.
Well, we're going to have to solve this ourselves.
Let's go see G. On our way to see G, something started to haunt us. This case was almost identical to a crisis that Weird Al Yankovic had faced.
That's right. Piracy had gotten so bad for Weird Al that his music had been downloaded more times than had actually been purchased, creating a parallel universe, pirated version of Al in the real world. In fact, things had gotten pretty serious for Weird Al. Turns out that his albums were being leaked months earlier than they were due for release.
People were somehow getting hold of his review copies and putting them on the internet before they'd even been pressed to disc. Weird Al had to challenge his pirated clone to the death, and to this day, no one truly knows who won. In fact, there's a 50% chance that the evil Al may in fact be the Al we know and love today.
Things looked bad. This is something that only G would be able to help us with.
Come on, chaps, I'm going to be late for my sexy party.
What up, G?
Hey, G.
Hello, chaps, I was just on my way out. How can I help?
I know you've been very busy, but if you could just tell us what's going on with this piracy thing before you leave, we'd be very appreciative.
Well, it's quite simple, really. Whenever a pirate clone appears, it's generally a lower quality version of the original personality, usually manifesting with an altered appearance and manner of speaking.
So, what are we dealing with here?
Well, I've good news and bad news, I'm afraid. The good news is I've managed to trace the location they will be materializing in the real world.
Okay, that's good work, G. So, how bad's the bad news?
It's somewhere called Hampstead Heath, in a small, unheard-of village called London.
Wait, you don't mean...
I'm afraid I do mean. There's a 99% chance that they will be Cockneys.
A Cockney is one of three, or all of three things. 1, an inhabitant at the East End of London.
2, a London scoundrel selling copied films.
And most importantly, 3, a bastard. A 99% chance that they'll be Cockneys?
Oh, did I say 99%? I meant 100%.
Cockneys!
So we set off on our epic journey.
Get ready.
We passed through such classic British locations as the palm tree-filled British seaside.
But our journey was long and arduous, and we knew it would take us through the night, so we went through the great city high-rises of the utopic metropolis known as Hull.
And then, on the following day, we took a shortcut through Wales to see those fantastic Easter Island heads we had heard so much about.
But then, when we finally got to the Rainbow Road, Manuel had an idea. What follows is the exact audio recording of the conversation that took place on Manuel's phone. Who are you calling, chum?
I figured I'd call Weird Al. I've got his number on the back of that photograph I've kept in my pocket since 2005. He's been through this piracy thing before. He'll probably be able to help us out.
Oh, fair enough. Hello there, you've reached Weird Al.
Hi, Weird Al. My name's Manuel Riley. I'm actually a very big fan of yours.
Okay.
I just need a little bit of help, really. I know you don't know me, but you seem like a nice guy.
Yeah, sure. What's the problem?
Well, big fan, by the way. Remember when you had that fight with a pirated clone of yourself?
Oh, certainly do.
Well, we're in a very similar situation. It's a bit of a tricky one, and we're just about to fight the pirated versions of ourselves.
Okay, slow down there, chum. I want you to listen close.
Uh-huh.
Okay, are you still listening?
I'm listening.
Listening now?
Yeah, I'm still listening.
Okay, what about now?
You're getting a little quiet there, actually, Al.
Okay, here it comes.
Oh, must be a bad line. I'm gonna ring him back. What's ringing?
Hey, go for the big Papa W.
Al, is that you? Anyway, look, it's Manuel again. Look, we must have got cut off before. It's just about the whole piracy thing.
You've reached the Weird Al wacky hotline. Why not leave a wonderful message or a wacky anecdote, and I'll get right back to you. Leave your message after the fart.
Bloody Weird Al.
What did he say?
You know how I said I don't like Weird Al?
Yeah?
Well, don't I hate him? So finally, after 3 days of solid driving, we'd reached our destination. London. You don't think those kids are going to scratch our car, do you?
I'm sure it's fine. It's G's anyway. Listen, this is ridiculous. We're never going to find them.
Oh, there we are.
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo. You are a pirate, my friend. As are you. Chim chimney, chim
My
chimney.
God, it's worse than we expected.
Let's go talk to them.
Well. It is those lovable rogues, Michael and Manuel. Welcome to our humble homestead.
I'm not sure I can take this, Michael.
Apple, pear.
Apples and pears. Apples and pears is traditionally Cockney rhyming slang for stairs.
But these days, apples and pears is used all the time, and he could actually be saying anything.
No, thank you.
Have a banana.
Have a banana can be one of two things. It's either a peace offering,
Or they're trying to seduce us.
Look, we don't want any of your Cockney fruit. We're here to put a stop to you counterfeit cads.
I don't know what you're talking about, son. We are 100% the real deal. Oh, I'm Philip. And I'm Sean. And together, we're safety first.
You posted us on the internet, boy!
From where I'm standing, it looks like you saw us.
Now, boy. Let's not get into an argument about who came first.
Enough! Philip, Sean, consider our fight begun!
Hold it right there, boys. This is a Cockney writ. You can't fight us until you've appeared in Cockney court.
Why?
For infringing on our delicate Cockney sensibilities.
But you copied us!
Till then, tickle me fancy, have a banana, what a palaver, or what a bush, apples and pears.
So without any time to prepare whatsoever, we were summoned to court.
Can't believe we're actually here. I know what you mean. The big day. Finally. The big day. It's the same day. Why are you so excited? Look, I spent all this afternoon over tea playing the Phoenix Wright games back to back, all the way up to Apollo Justice, and check it out. I've been working on the Court of Steel. Watch this. Objection! Do you actually think this is like Phoenix Wright? Phoenix Wright is based in court. We're going to court. What are you doing? If you think this is like Phoenix Wright, we're going to get hanged. Come on, it'll be easy. And besides, I'm a Phoenix Wright expert. I know... I can't believe I forgot the most important thing of this whole situation. I'll be right back. Make a good impression. Remember, you only have one chance for first impression. What are you doing? This is nothing like Phoenix Wright!
Is the prosecution ready? Of course we are, my love. Cockney is ready for anything. I'll be representing us in my finest Cockney attire. And does the defence have an attorney yet?
Well, we're supposed to, but I don't know where he is.
Tisk. I'm afraid without any form of defence, the Crown will have to rule in favour of Cockney court. I'm afraid he's right. I see no reason to prolong this. The court finds the defendant...
Objection! The defence requests a second, Your Honour.
Ah, very well.
What the hell are you doing? You're going to get us hanged!
Not so, Michael. Observe. Your Honour, what do you see here?
Well, I see a fine example of a traditional attorney's uniform.
Well, bully. Shall we begin, Your Honour? The defence stands ready. We'll not only prove our innocence, but we'll point out the true culprits in this case.
Tisk. I'm afraid this case is already clear-cut. You don't stand a chance, try. Manuel. Very well. The prosecution will please call their first witness. Certainly, my love. The prosecution calls the most reliable witness a man can muster. Your best mate in the world, Sean.
Objection! You can't let this happen, Your Honour. They're in this together.
Cockney objection. I'm afraid you're the ones who stand accused here, sunshine, not poor innocent Sean. I'm going to allow this.
But, Your Honour...
Don't make me bang my gavel. It's awfully loud.
Don't make him do it, Manuel. He's serious.
We've already lost.
Please tell us in your own words what these two rapscallions have been up to. Certainly, my love. Right, well, we make a fine, upstanding web series called Safety First. Loved by all, cherished by a nation. We go around fixing Cockney danger. And then, we noticed recently, didn't we know, that these two chuds are copying our show. Well, we normally let that go, but, they set to a fight, didn't they, Phil? And we weren't having that, so, that's why we ended up here. Besides, that show was rubbish. We made it much better. Well, that seems quite decisive. I'm ready to reach my verdict.
Objection! Aren't you going to at least let me cross-examine the witness?
Well, all right. It was rather convincing.
Okay. Can we go through those statements one by one so I can pick some holes in them? But I've forgotten what you said.
Well, you should have been listening, sunshine. If it would please the court, I can remember everything poor Sean said here as clear as the morning sun. Why, thank you, Philip, my love.
No problem, love.
You've forgotten already. Oh, I'm sorry. Look, I thought he'd repeat himself. That's not how it works. Listen, I've written everything he said down. All you have to do is ask him when he started safety first, okay?
Good job. That's why I made you my assistant.
We're the defendant!
Mr. Sean, could you tell us exactly when it was that you created safety first? Nah.
Please?
Ah, Governor, it's not that I don't want to, my love. I just can't remember. That is...
Cut the objection! How can you fault poor Sean's memory when you can't even remember what you said 2 moments ago?
He got you there.
That's not helping, Michael.
Try pressing him on the third thing he said.
Okay, you said in your third statement that we're copying your show. When did you notice us doing this?
He admitted it, Your Honour! Bang that cockney gavel!
Objection! That's clearly not what I was talking about, Your Honour. I was meaning it in theory.
Well, all right, proceed. Trying to be so confusing. Witness, answer the question.
We've been copying our show since it started, me love. Hold it! How can that be so? Before, you told the court, and I quote, "Besides, their show was rubbish, we made it much better." How can you have improved our show if you weren't copying us?
What is the meaning of this?
Cut the objection! Special brew.
Special brew. A Cockney beverage originating from the 1300s, when it was originally created to ward off evil. However, the modern-day equivalent is actually created by putting together beer, cigarette butts, and paint thinner. Traditionally, it's mixed together in whatever bowl you can find, though most Cockneys mix it together in urinals. It no longer wards off evil, but it certainly gets you drunk.
Brander than a Cockney smile, slimier and more tepid than a Cockney handshake. Tell me, how can you pressure young, naive, innocent Sean like that? It was probably just a slip of the tongue, my love. The witness stand just get into his Cockney head.
Are you drinking in court? I hope you brought enough for everybody.
Sorry, my love. I'll save it as a victory drink.
Objection! Surely it's becoming apparent that this testimony is riddled with holes, and the prosecution is possibly drunk.
Cockney objection! One hole does not make for a riddle, boy. Let us revise this Cockney testimony as to make it fairer on poor innocent Sean here. Also, I'm not nearly drunk enough, boy.
I'm going to allow this.
Wait! Look!
I'm afraid I had a little bit of a slip of the tongue earlier, so let me revise that. What I meant to say was, quite simply, their show is inferior, and therefore, obviously, a copy. I'm not sure what to do. Any tips, Michael?
Actually, remember my dead aunt was a lawyer?
Yes.
Well, you remember I took that seance class 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
Maybe I could channel her, get some hints.
Listen, Michael, I don't believe in any of that superstitious nonsense. Besides, my word! Hello? Michael, what are you doing?
What's going on?
I'm not going to be rude, I'm just not going to talk to you.
Has an event stopped changing gender yet?
Just ignore him, her, it. Maybe it'll just go away.
Can we continue with the cross-examination now?
Certainly, Your Honor.
Did it help? Why's my shirt unbuttoned?
We'll talk about it later.
Does the defense have anything to admit?
We wouldn't press charges if they just admitted to it! Hold it! Did you just say that you'd drop all charges if we admit to copying the show? Of course, Petal. We just wanted to teach you a lesson about making horrible, unfounded accusations. But you'd continue to let us make the show? Of course, my love. We're not monsters. But what if we decide to stop making it entirely?
What are you doing?
I think I'm finally beginning to understand. Think about it.
Wait,
starting to get it.
The defence would like to accept all charges and cease making the show.
Now, ambulance, let's not be hasty.
Well, that seems pretty straightforward. I find the defendants.
Company objection.
Great Scott! Is no one going to let me bang my gavel?
The prosecution would like to withdraw its kind offer, press full charges against the accused, and have them to continue pirating our show as a cruel and unusual punishment.
I'm going to allow this.
Wait, what?
This hardly seems fair.
Oh, fair boy, I think it'll be fair once you're safely behind bars pirating our show. Then we can rest our cockney heads.
God bless our poor little innocent cockney cotton socks.
You've moved me to conviction, you lovable rogues.
Objection! You think you've got us on the ropes, but we're on to you. The defence moves that not only are we innocent, but that the prosecution is guilty of pirating our show.
Order! Order! Oh, fuck, that's bang my gavel. What's the meaning of this? Didn't you just admit you copied the show?
This was a trap, Your Honour, but the prosecution fell for hook, line and sinker. You see, if we stop making the show, they'll have nothing to live for.
Slam that gavel, Your Honour! They're talking garbage!
If you insist.
Objection! Hear me out, Your Honour. If we stop making the show, they'll have nothing to copy, and they're literally nothing without the show.
I still don't follow.
Think about it, Your Honour. If they're just copies of us and our work, and we stop making our show, then they'll have nothing left to copy. And then they'll cease to exist!
Order! Order! These are very serious claims. Do you have any evidence to back them up?
Of course, Your Honour. Just give me 1 second to confer with my colleague. Michael, I've got no idea what I'm doing.
Listen, Manny, we've come this far. Don't worry about it. Just think back to when we watched the pirated version of our show.
Ah, yes. Of course.
No, you idiot. Not the episode about piracy. The pirated episode.
Of course. I remember that. Of course. And then what Weird Al looked like after his fight.
It all adds up.
Does the defence have any evidence to present? And be warned, you'll incur a hefty penalty if you get any of this wrong.
Your Honour, the defence has some evidence to present. Take that! This, wet, used teabag, Your Honour. This evidence clearly contradicts the,
Does it?
It doesn't at all, does it?
Tisk, tisk, tisk. If you keep pulling stunts like that, my love, we'll be out here in time for jellied eels!
Jellied eels is a common cockney snack, just like, say, a bag of crisps.
Or, potato chips for you Americans. Your Honour, if I admit that I pulled that evidence out of the wrong pocket, do I still incur a penalty?
I'm afraid so.
Okay, think about it, Riley. What evidence could possibly show that these cockney creatures are copies of ourselves? This is the last chance we'll get. Also, I'll have to ask Michael for an old picture of his aunt.
What are you thinking about, chum? Why aren't you presenting that picture of Weird Al you've had with you since 2005?
Oh, yes. Your Honour, the defence has more evidence to present. Take that!
What is the meaning of this?
Think about it, Your Honour. When Weird Al fought himself, no one knew if it was the real Weird Al or the pirate copy that won. But what changed after that fight?
Well, that lovable rogue, he shaved his tash off. What of it?
Why don't you look closely at that photo, Your Honour?
Wait a minute. His tash says review copy? That would mean that the pirated Al won.
Not only that, Your Honour, but it means whenever a pirated copy is created, it wears the same label as the copy it was taken from. For example, all our pirated shows were review copies that we sent to ScrewAttack.
So you're saying he shaved off his tash to change his identity? Get Weird Al in here immediately.
No, Your Honour, what we mean to say is... somewhere on these cockney frauds will be the words review copy!
It's still a porky pies, Your Honour!
Porky pies. This is cockney rhyming slang for lies.
I don't know, maybe he's just calling us fatties.
Well, actually, probably. I did eat that bag of churros earlier.
was stamped with the review copy, you'd be standing out here clear as day.
They have a point. Whereabouts on that person would you suspect they'd be stamped? And be warned, I'm only giving you one chance. I'm late for my tea.
This is so unfair. Careful, Manny. I don't want to see their foots. Take that! What is it that's so distinct about these Cockney gentlemen? If they're supposed to be pirated copies of ourselves, then why are they wearing eye patches?
Cockney objection! Test. This is nothing more than a Cockney fashion accessory, boy. Nothing wrong with wanting to look stylish.
Objection! I'm afraid not, Your Honour. Look at this picture of Dick Van Dyke, a stereotypical Cockney. As you can see, he's not wearing an eye patch. In fact, I'd say an eye patch was more a distinct mark of a pirate! Your Honour, these two are the real culprits. They only exist because they pirate our show, and if they continue to do so, they'll continue to exist. Your decision today will influence whether or not our show will continue to be torrented. We rest our case.
You think you won, Riley? This isn't over. You can't stop us. We'll be back. You can't stop us copying your show.
You're right, love. Maximum sentence for piracy is about 6 months. We'll be copying your show again in no time.
I'm sentencing you Cockney frauds to deportation and exile. Have them taken from the cult room.
Well, that's fair enough. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo.
I've now reached my decision, although it would have been a lot easier if you presented the eye patch at the beginning.
Sorry, Your Honour. Still learning.
I now pronounce the defendants not guilty.